Welcome, Sports Talk Live for the culture. How's it going, fellas?
Yo,
right.
I got the usual suspects in here, but we got a special guest in here today. My man, Derek Adger of the legendary Build and Destroy crew.
Pleasure to be here. Honor to be here.
One of the founders of this podcast thing. They inspired me to get this thing going, so definitely want to bring him through. There's other compadres on the road somewhere. They're going to be here. Snoop and David Hanna. You know the usual suspects. They're around here. They doing something up there. But I got my usual guys in here. And welcome back from his suspension. We're not going to say what he was suspended for. We're not going to tell. We're not. All I'm going to say is welcome home, Nate. Welcome home.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, Bronco Nation. In the building. And what's up, man? Jonathan, I see you wear that Niners hat every day now. Like, you don't mess now. We didn't see it last year.
You gotta have it on, man.
We didn't see it earlier this season.
They wasn't selling it.
Had to order
I had to order. It wasn't selling
Special
it.
order, huh?
I thought Amazon was next day. You know what I mean? But hey, Duke, how's it going, brother?
I'm good, man.
Steeler Nation,
Steeler Nation
in the building as we go. But let's jump right back into it. You know what we talk about. You know what time of year it is. It's the NFL. And the hottest thing in the NFL right now is this brother right here, Mr. Myles Garrett. And I can jump right with Duke because, I know you watched all the game. Being Steelers Nation.
It was hard.
Set the situation. Steelers up 21-7, 8 seconds left. The Steelers are still passing the ball. I don't know why. I would just run the ball and get on out of there, but that's another story for another time. Drop back the pass. Garrett's rushing. He gets to the quarterback. Quarterback feels he's giving him the business. And Mr. Garrett says, nah, I'm not having that. A little scuffle ensues on the ground. The quarterback actually tried to take, Garrett's helmet off to be fair. Let's be fair. Take his helmet off first, and then it ensued. And then if you take a look at the picture right here, which we haven't seen in football before, he took the helmet of the opposing player and tried to El Kabong him, as we say, if you know the cartoons from back in the day.
Something like that.
Now, the Garrett situation, Garrett, before this year, has not had, anything, but earlier this year against the Jets, he had some personal fouls. He had that situation where he said he tried to give a fan an autograph and a fan tried to punch him in the face. So he has a lot of things going on this year. He's been described as a quiet, nerdy guy, but this went above and beyond in my thing. We've seen fights, we've seen hits, but we've never seen anybody actually. We've seen people rip helmets off, but not weaponize them. So, Duke, I'm going to start you off with Steeler Nation. You know the AFC North. You know the history.
Yeah.
What's your take on this whole situation? Because we're going to get into the other parts in the suspensions, too. But I just want everybody's first take.
First and foremost is I think that it was foul play. And I'll get to it. The swinging of the helmet, it has no place in the football game. It shouldn't be used as a weapon. It shouldn't, I think that, on a whole, everybody knows that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
However, if you want to, break it all the way down
to the last compound,
you have to look at where things started. Okay.
During the game.
Right, during the game. It's a physical game. It's attitudes. People have been knocked out the game. You saw receivers limping off. It was one of those games. It was an AFC North. It was an AFC North game. 21-7. Me, personally, I would have handed the ball off. I would have got out of there. But, that didn't happen. All right, you go back to pass. You've been taught to play the game to the end, whatever the case may be, and first, Garrett's not wrong. Nobody's wrong right now. He wanted to go sack the quarterback. That's what defense does. All right. Mm-hmm. He sacked him to the ground. That's what defenders do. But while down there, Rudolph looks like that he might be attacking him. And he, not looking like he is, right? Mm-hmm. He tries to take his helmet off or tries to do something of that nature. It wasn't the right thing to do, right? By him trying to take his helmet off. It was wrong. Second, they get up or whatever. Things are said. I don't know. I wasn't there. But
look real aggressive.
It's not over. It's men, right?
Yeah.
They're aggressive as football. Is not going to end. Garrett grabs his face mask, rips his helmet off. I'm still not calling anybody wrong, right? And I think that the league is not yet, right?
Can I juxtapose that real quick?
Yes.
The wide receiver for Houston and the D-back for Tennessee Titans ripped each other. Andre Johnson and Cortland ripped each other's helmets off. And Finnegan. And they had hands,
right?
And nobody got suspended,
right?
Right. Everybody ripped their helmets off. Your helmet's off. My helmet's off.
Right.
And we about to do this. But nobody was suspended. But go ahead.
So the football guys and women also who know how to put themselves in this position to be fair. You take the helmet off, and like you said, there's an examples of helmets being removed. Mm-hmm. However, you cannot swing the helmet at somebody's head that's helmetless. You are dead wrong, and nobody can convince me that you are right for doing that. But did it come from somewhere? Absolutely. It was a trigger for you to do that. Mm-hmm. But you can't swing a helmet at somebody regardless of if his helmet is on or not. You can't do it. Now, what you should have done if you were that mad to a man who does not have a helmet, what happened? And you're 6'5", 280. What happened to a good old right hook with no helmet on? You hook him, and I'm not promoting violence by any means, right? Then you toss the helmet up in the air like a punt. Everybody gets in between and it's over. Yeah,
fines.
You do that, you can sleep, and it might be at best a game, not the indefinite. You're gonna miss all this year, and hopefully you'll miss some next year. We wouldn't even be discussing that because this is not the first time that we've seen helmets removed. You just gave an example of one.
Yeah,
that's where everything came into a problem for me. Now, Rudolph is not innocent. We've seen things, but we forgot about them because the helmet was swung. You can't forget about things like you got to go back from where it started. And I'll give an example of how systematically we think sometimes. And here's an example. By any means are you supposed to ever put your hands on a woman, right? It's not supposed to happen. You walk away. If they swing, you grab them, whatever the case is, right? If the woman happens to try to bust you in your head with a crowbar or a bar stool or a chair, anything that could probably cause any bodily injury, and you happen to not fall out or you get busted and you can still keep yourself, and you end up punching her in the ribs, punching her in the face, or whatever that case is, are you wrong? Yes, but people understand now, right? And those who don't understand that need to probably get rewired because that's just how things are. You can't look for people that their triggers were set off. I'm not talking about, it's not an ethnic thing at all. Somebody set your trigger off. He might not handle things the way I do. Nate might, Sunni, you just might not. That's just the reality of it.
Was it a Cleveland discipline thing? Because here's from me. I'm the best defensive player on the team.
Right.
We haven't beat the Steelers in 10 games. We finally beat them. We're 2-0 in the division. We're winning by 14 points. Walk off the field. The scoreboard is the biggest. It's scoreboard. I'm going to see you again.
Well, that's being rational. Me and you can do that.
Well, my coach said a great football player loses his feet occasionally, but never loses his head.
Right. And you are speaking truths. Yeah. But like we said, and we've seen this before. Why haven't we seen helmets removed before? Why this time was the helmet used to try to crack somebody's head open? Yeah. That's the problem of it all right there. Nobody. I'm not even worrying about what Rudolph did. Right? He tried to take his helmet off. He wasn't successful. Okay. We seen guys try to get their eyes gouged out. We saw Heinz Ward do that to it. But the minute that you take that helmet off and use it, not take it off, strip somebody off of it, you try to use it as a weapon, I think that's ultimately what opened up the whole can of worms.
Yeah, definitely.
I want to chime in on this.
Go ahead, chime in.
First off, just let Myles Garrett know if he magically watching. XFL start February 9th. might be welcome there with that kind of
WWF. Is it WWF?
you know?
It's WWE now, right?
Yeah. He gonna need to check some way somehow, so he might want to go audition for all those things.
What's the Rock the movies Rock do? There's like 9 of them with the cars.
Fast and Furious.
Yeah, Fast and Furious. Was it Fast and Furious 13 now?
Yeah, he could definitely gonna try out for that, be an extra, But first, like you were saying, it was foul play on both parts. Mason started it. From what I watched the game, he was trying to.
Upset. He threw 4 picks, lost by 14.
Oh, he was definitely angry. He was angry.
It's 8 seconds left. You get a nice tackle to the ground and you pissed. So
you mad? You've been mad all game.
Hand the ball off and get off the field. But go ahead.
So this is my thing. Like I don't disagree with nothing you said. Okay, as far as Myles being wrong, he shouldn't have hit him with his helmet. But to play devil's advocate, when you do something, you can't tell somebody how to react. So if you punch somebody in the face, right? And then that person, as their reaction, okay, you think they just gonna punch you back, but suppose they pick you up and dump you on your neck.
Happens all the time.
You shoot whatever. You can't tell that man how to react. People react different, like you just said.
But there's also it has to be in the court of law. It has to be equal reaction. If I throw a snowball at you, and you come out with an AR-15 and light me up, pretty much I think you're going to not win that court case.
No, you're not.
You're right.
You're right. Look at it this way. That's Myles Garrett's employment.
Yeah.
So if you, for example, say on your job, and just as hypothetical, if someone called you an N-word in the break room, you may handle it differently than if he called you an N-word at the bar. Yeah. You may say, okay, you got that one, or
HR.
take this to HR, and you may have some words. But if it was at the local watering hole, you might put foot up behind.
Yeah, you're right.
So I think maybe just in that particular moment, Myles Garrett's got to know what he has at stake.
We'll get to his stake.
He got caught in the moment because the helmet was in his hand. I think he was just swinging. I think after it was done, he was just like, damn, I messed up. You know what I mean? That's what I really think from watching.
But we've seen helmets removed before. We didn't see them used.
If it wasn't like you said, if it was just down at your boys' club, he would have never tried to move his helmet in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You're not going to try to do certain things where there's no supervision.
Certain people
like he knew it was
the job, they're not
quarterback doing supervision there, so he wanted to act up. He wanted to talk a little bit more because he knows the supervisor right here, and he know.
That's what he do as soon as he swung.
But he
like, y'all see that? Like,
he didn't know he wasn't going to care about the supervisor today. But like you said, like every reaction has a reaction. And then you shouldn't have did this, but that's what it trickled down to. Like you said, no matter what happens. You can't just for somebody else cool. Like, I think he was wrong, but
you got his suspension.
Hey, man,
he hurt his team.
He got to do what he did. But when you push somebody, and that's what can happen. And you gotta be ready to deal with it.
But we've all been on football fields.
You should have never tried to remove my helmet.
You've always been on football fields. Pitchers hit you with the ball in the side to send a message. And you don't run out to the mound with a bat.
They do sometimes.
And beat them over the head.
I've seen it. Not with the bat.
Not with the bat. You run out there.
You run out there and fight. But you don't run out there with the bat.
Yeah, you don't run with a
weapon. That's
extra level.
You got enough time to run from that home base to the pitcher's mount to think about dropping the bat. You right in front of me. It's all one swing motion.
You gotta understand where in my mind, what was he doing when he was gonna remove? If my helmet would have came up, what he would have done with my helmet? You know what I'm saying? What would he would have done when he got? Now my helmet's in his hand. I'm laying on the ground. What was he gonna do to me?
I don't know.
So now that I got his helmet, I'm gonna do what I think he was gonna do to me with it. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what words was being said at the same time. He might have said something to trigger
the defensive
What was he going to do with my helmet? Why was he trying to remove my helmet in the first place?
The defensive tackle for the Tennessee Titans, who stepped on a Dallas Cowboys center head.
Haynesworth.
Right. He got 5 games for that. What's going got 30 stitches. He cleaved him right across his face. That's the only thing comparable that I've seen like to this is I don't know if he removed Garrett's helmet or just his helmet that came off in the melee of blocking and he got up and then stomped on his head with cleats on at 300 pounds, and he was going for 5 games for that.
5 years ago, try to remove Dominic Sue him.
So
try to remove Sue him 5 years ago.
here's the
I bet you
understanding.
we'll be talking about ban. We'll be talking about ban right now.
But do you think Myles Garrett's been through it was a thing where he's like, look, these guys keep testing me. He's like, I'm always a quiet nerd. A fan done threw a jab at me after for autograph, and now I got some sorry behind quarterback who just threw 4 picks trying to get at me, and he snapped. I mean, we'll get to his words. I got his words.
Hey, there's many other things that you could do besides swinging the hell on somebody.
Yeah,
He could have punched him in the gut. He could have did, I don't know, poked him in his eye.
How
I
he
don't
get
know.
that extra arm length? He needed that extra arm length to get to him.
But in the aftermath, as we look here at the what was dealt out, Steelers Browns brawl fallout suspension. Myles Garrett suspended indefinitely. Maurice Pouncey 3 games for the punching and the kicking on the ground, and 1 game for the Browns. Larry O'Gunnery, I don't know how to pronounce his name, who pushed the quarterback down when he came up. Yeah, definitely. Mr. Snoop in the building, man. You want to squeeze in there? Building a story in the building.
What's happening?
I feel good because Doug's usually here from the Cowboy Nation. Now I got
We got another
Cowboy
cowboy here.
Nation in here.
Starting to see. I'm starting to see. I'm starting to see. Yeah, starting to see something.
What I don't like about
Get a
these
little
suspensions,
conniptions.
I don't like that Mason didn't get no suspension.
Mason didn't.
I don't like that.
Well, he wasn't successful at what he was
But
trying
he's
to
still,
do.
but he's, hey man, when
triggered
you're in
it.
the college,
He started with
like,
the
yo,
ball.
on a
I
quarter
get it.
ball,
I get
if 4 people go shoot up a bar and you just in the back seat,
Yeah.
you still going to jail.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'm saying,
He
like,
orchestrated it though.
you feel me?
He don't try
He
to
the
smack the helmet
mastermind. He
off, none of this
started.
happens.
In certain,
believe
in
none of
certain
this happens.
situations you're going to jail. The we'll talk about that later. The all situations you're not going to jail, but definitely a lot of people believe that everybody should have involved in it got at least 1 game. I think they feel as probably letting Rudolph play for the Steelers is punishment enough. So he threw 4
Yeah.
picks. He's about to throw 5 more.
That was his punishment. Hey man, he got dunked on the head with a helmet. That shit's suspension right there, bro.
Yeah, so definitely. But Garrett, this is what he had to say. He had. Let me see what Mr. Garrett had to say.
I understand he
Yeah,
apologized.
he said.
Lost his cool.
His statement
admitted
he
to that.
released. He said, "Last night I made a terrible mistake. I lost my cool. What I did was selfish and unacceptable. I know that we are responsible for our actions, and I can only prove my true character through my actions moving forward." So that's what he released. Moving forward, he says, "Look," he's not trying to say, "Look, hey, he's not using any excuses." He's like, "I was wrong. I was dead wrong, and we're going to move on forward." Snoop, what is your take on the whole Garrett situation?
I thought he just straight up lost it for no reason.
I said up by 14, with 8 seconds
for
left.
no reason. I mean, the helmet came off. The helmet comes off when you pull face mask. Anybody that played with a helmet before, you pull face mask. It comes off. You usually drop it, or you throw it in the stands, or you toss it. You never swing it. It's just it's beyond an unwritten rule. It's just like a thing that's in you.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's cats that pull out knives and stab people, and it's cats that don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's people that shoot people for no reason, and it's cats that don't. It's just in you. I never thought he was that dude, to be honest with you.
We talked about that earlier. He's always been a quiet, nerdy type of guy.
Well, we can't forget that, like, just months prior, might have been the summer, somebody approached him and tried
I was getting
him.
ready to say that.
Yeah,
Somebody punched him. And he
So-
walked away. Like, he let it go.
So here's my thing, right? I don't think that somebody would have tried to do that to Lawrence Taylor. So somebody's comfortable with a 6'5", 280 guy.
Yeah.
So with that being said,
He maybe was trying to let people know.
Yeah, I guess.
It ain't sweet up here. But
He
at
went
the
home and said, "Look, next person do something." It's gonna be a problem. That
The
helmet
next
represented a
person
whole
that
lot.
tried me.
That helmet, him sweet, that represented everything. All his abuse through high school and everything, middle school, everything.
Rudolph represented his struggles.
You made a statement.
The quarterback, he represented his struggles at the time. He was the guy right at the time, and sometimes he just snapped. But at the same time, I think a lot of it has to do with the Browns' culture, like the culture that they have now on that team. If you watch the game, there was guys ejected. They haven't been focused as how a professional football team is focused on. You're up by 14, and you still going to lose it, and still getting ejected and things along those lines. But it's cool. What do you guys think about the Browns? I mean, I think Kitchens is done. I don't think he can turn this thing around. What do you guys think?
They're not the old Browns. They have some talent.
Yeah.
They are trying to compete. Whether or not Kitchen is the right man for the job, I don't know. We got a lot of different personalities. We got Beckham. We got Baker. You got Garrett. It's a lot of guys on that team that they might need a enforcer more than anything. But we can watch them now. Like, I mean, just a few years ago, what were you giving them? They were 1-15 or 2-14 organization. I think those days are over. But there's some pieces there. They got some pieces there. Like I said, whether or not this coach is the coach for them, I don't know about that. But it's something there that they can work with. For sure moving forward.
Yeah, I think that's the whole point with the Browns is I think definitely moving forward with Kitchens is something that they can't do. He seems to be over his head because if you look at this team, the talent, the moves they made, they should be better. But at the same time, discipline. The NFL games is too close, and any edge you can get schematically or just focus-wise as your team or the culture that you set, I just don't see people under that Belichick culture throwing their helmet and losing it. You know what I mean? That's just not going to happen.
Agreed.
Certain things is just not going to be tolerated. Like, look, you know we're not going to tolerate this, but that puts the Browns in the situation that the Browns are in. And I think like we said in the beginning of this year, Sports Talk, we had a lot to talk about the Browns. Nate had them going to the Super Bowl. Pretty much. Nate,
Is that why he got suspended?
Nate,
I ain't say all that.
I think Nate
We've been worried about
Nate was talking 72 Dolphins. Like he said,
I ain't say all that.
They might run the table, but not. But we were saying that I just don't see it because they're still the Browns. You know what I mean?
I'm enjoying it personally, so he's seeing the Browns implode. I'm a firm believer, especially maybe so as an Arizona Cardinals fan.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in earning your way to that spot. The Browns were anointed. I mean, on paper they look great, but to be given 4-1 odds to win the Super Bowl when you've done nothing.
Yeah.
In 35 years, literally, like I can't remember their last 92, maybe their last playoff.
That's
some nonsense like that.
That's the power of the people,
at the height of the game. Yeah. But again, that goes back to my point though. Somebody's got to be rational about it. Somebody's got to, instead of being so overreaction. Oh, the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl. I mean, look at the history of the league. And while in this era, it's a lot easier to go from worst to first, you still got to be about that life, man. Teams don't win the Super Bowl just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
right.
It got to be earned, man. And I don't like just anointing a team as the next big thing when they haven't earned anything. They haven't won the division. They still at that point had to go through the Steelers.
Yeah,
it's been the Steelers division and will remain so until proven otherwise.
And the Ravens
too. That's what I mean. So you're supposed to usurp the Ravens and Steelers in the course of one season because you have now Chubb and Denzel Ward and OBJ and Landry
who have never won on a pro level.
Exactly. That's automatically supposed to make you a Super Bowl favor. Granted, I'm all about making the playoffs and giving them great odds, but they were up among the top 3 or 4 teams that win the Super Bowl. And come on, man, stop that. Stop that. That's not how we're supposed to do things in sports.
Well, hopefully, because of their play that might change the dynamics of how people think. Hopefully, they won't do it next year. Or any other team they try to
They were a
piece
trendy
together.
chic pick. They had a lot of things on paper, like we said. They had a lot of offensive talent. Yeah, it looks nice. It looks good.
And
But
defense too. So
and you got
defense.
and you got to also look. Their offensive line wasn't that good, which is one of the quiet things about being able to block, people and get around blocks is the key to football. Which they moved one of their best offensive linemen and tried for a defensive end from the Giants, and really still that didn't work out for them. So a lot of things with the Browns is just interesting to go, and this is just another thing. When you think the Browns have, all right, they beat the Steelers, they won by 14 Thursday night, they're 2-0 in the division. Maybe they can just get over the hump and finish strong. Maybe even talk about be a wild card threat. Now all they're talking about, well, they lost their best defensive player for the rest of the year, maybe moving forward next year. So that's the Browns for you. Some things change, some things stay the same.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about
some shout outs.
Oh, shout them out.
We got Mr. Damon Plenty.
Hey, Damon.
Malik Winters, Mr. Derek Tate, Robert Lysick, Mr. Sky Dennis, producer, director, actor. What's up, brother? Christopher Ransom, West Virginia
If
State.
Sky's looking for a lead man role, I'm available. Any role over 50, I can play 30 though.
There you go. Yes, you can.
A little foundation, a little rouge.
CGI.
You hear? Hey, Sky, you hearing him, Sky?
Green face.
With the little nodules on you.
Mr. Christopher Ransom is a West Virginia State alum. What's up, brother? He
Chris,
says,
what up, yo?
Is that Edge? Yep.
Yes,
What's up,
that's
Bob?
the one and only.
Edge is in the building. Mr. Kenny Troy, what's up, man?
Hey, Ken.
Mr. Bobby Huntley, also producer, director, filmmaker. Shelley Blackstone, Mr. Andre Hayes, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Dre? Middlesville.
RK Castro, what's up, brother?
Middlesville's
How are
on
you, man?
ESPN 3 if anybody want to watch. I know the team's not good, but it's their last senior day home game. They're on ESPN 3.
Okay, you might have to tune in, man.
Definitely.
Who else we got here? Mr. Robert K. Farm, what's up, cuz? What's happening with you?
Mr. K, what's up?
And Mr. R. Wells, what's up? And Derek Tripp joined in from beautiful Houston, Texas.
Oh, Houston. All right. H-Town. They
What's
stealing
up, brother?
signs down there.
Yeah.
They
Thanks for
Belichick
joining
and baseball
in.
down there.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Thanks for joining in.
They got a camera out of center field zooming in. Yo, technology is taking this thing to the whole new level.
Whole new level.
They got a fan at center field with glasses that can see the catcher, like, and report.
We got David Gordon tuning in.
Hey, Dave, what's up, baby?
Moy Ortiz, he gets to tune in a lot now that his wife let him back on Facebook.
Oh,
Now
he's
he-
back on Facebook.
You see, he was like a little over last week. He was on his thing posting like crazy.
Welcome back.
Then we got Dinah Mobley, mother-in-law.
Hey,
Then,
mother-in-law.
Chris Clark said, my two favorite podcasts is Collide.
Yeah. That's, we working on a collab, bro.
CC.
Yeah. Build and destroy for the
Collab.
culture. You know what I mean? Definitely. But I want to jump into right here the MVP of the league. He went into San Francisco. No disrespect, Jonathan.
He
went.
didn't do nothing when he went in there.
He went to San Francisco and won the game. This is when the faith and the belief they have in this man
Want me some money.
is just incredible. I think he has 2 interceptions now on the year.
Yeah, we got one of them.
He got 2 interceptions in the year. He's put this franchise on his back. I mean, they haven't had offensive linemen for a while. Ad, you're very familiar with this. And I just want you to talk, you and Jonathan, to talk about, he came into, beast mode, defense, Legion of Boom. But here's a part where you saw something in Pete Carroll, had made a free agent move for a quarterback, said, nah, this guy we took in the 4th round, there's something about him. We're going to groom him with running game defense till he gets to the point where he can carry us offensively. And he hasn't had a list of all worldwide receivers either out there in Seattle. The greatness of this player. How do you guys think about it? You guys go up against him twice a year.
I'll say this. He is the personification of a man that makes his team better.
Yeah.
Because it's just to your point, so like the receiver, Doug Baldwin, I've seen enough Doug Baldwin in my lifetime. Man. I mean, my goodness, I've seen enough. And Doug Baldwin, it's Doug Baldwin. But when him and Russ get together, it's a problem.
Yeah.
You're seeing the same thing with Tyler Lockett.
Yeah.
When him and Russ get together, it's a problem. And you got to look at Russ, man. Sherm, I know you'll say this, John, he's in a new squad now, but he alluded to the fact that he's a leader, man. And The Seahawks are one team that no matter what, week in and week out, they can go anywhere, any building, and they're gonna rumble you.
Yeah.
They don't come unprepared.
Right.
You don't
right.
see the Seahawks.
You gotta beat
generally
them.
getting
You gotta
mocked.
beat them. You gotta
They're
beat
gonna rumble you, whether it's East Coast, they can fly east, play a 1 o'clocker, and they're gonna rumble you in your building.
I tell Soon all the time. Listen, if Russ wasn't on the Seahawks, they had the brown bags.
Oh, absolutely.
They had the brown
Man,
bags. They be wearing the brown bags.
Russ is special, man. John, what do you think, man?
Well, Jonathan said he was the third best quarterback in Seahawks history.
It's
But I just he had him right behind Largent. I'm not Largent. Zorn and Craig.
This is
He put Matt Flynn in front of him, didn't he?
this is what I don't like.
No Hasselbeck.
You gotta watch what you say on here because they will rewind the tape, and go back.
Pull it.
You're not getting a quarterback. He shows potential, but he's not showing anything.
Right.
He may become MVP 10 years from now, but right now you don't see it. So you would tell the truth. They'll rewind it back once he becomes MVP, and I'm saying that he's not the quarterback. They need to figure it out.
Right.
He showed me a whole lot. Let's put it on that.
When did he do that?
He,
Hope wasn't
probably
just
the last 2 years. No, like the last 2 years.
So just
he went
before?
before he was a quarterback. If you made him pass the ball, you had a chance.
Even
if you
in
didn't
those-
blitz him.
So
If
this
you
was
was-
prior to those
if you-
back-to-back Super Bowls he went to.
Yeah,
He still wasn't proven.
No, that's when that's all he was. If you contain beast mode, you can beat him. If you didn't blitz him, you had a chance. If you look when we lost, we blitzed him. With the plays we gave up at the end of the game, our defensive coordinator want to try to get at you. Cannot get at this boy. You got to let him sit back and make a mistake. And that's what we did. We dropped the coverage back when we got the interception. You do not blitz him. You can't blitz him.
That sounds easy. That's
It
an
does-
easy fix for
But when-
everybody.
Now that they got beast mode, you
If it
don't
was
got to
easy,
blitz
everybody
him.
would
You
do
had
it,
to
right,
blitz
dude?
with beast mode because you didn't know if it was going to be a run.
All right, so how long has Beast Mode been away from Seattle?
About 3-4 years.
So has he been having success since
Yes.
Beast Mode?
He hasn't had that ring. He has had this success. But listen, about 2 years ago is when he showed me that he was somebody. But with all that being said, we talked about him from because of the other night. If you would have told me Kittle was going to be out, we was going to lose Sanders in the first quarter. We was going to have a kicker that was just working with me at a factory the day before. And we would come down to a field goal with seconds left, I would say you're lying. You're kidding me. With this team, so with that being said, I don't feel as though the Niners, I don't feel as though we lost any momentum, any step, any nothing.
I think only thing I question when it was fourth and less than a yard with a rookie kicker.
we should have ran the ball.
You should have ran the ball.
We should have ran the ball, or at least if we ran the ball.
To me, you guys tucked your chain in right there.
That's what we did.
He hit
Just talk mine.
on the
He hit on 47.
Grandmama
He
did.
hit on 47 to go in overtime. Why would you think he can do it back to back?
Why not? Why not?
You don't think the best kicker can do it back to back?
Because
Why
that's
would
what they get paid for, man.
No.
All I know-
You don't think the best kicker can do that back to back?
All I know is we had.
I didn't
I
dislike
think
the
Justin
call.
Tucker
I didn't
can.
dislike
Hey,
the
listen.
call.
No, I just like
I didn't
Soon
dislike
as-
I just like
Yeah.
the call. If you
All
wanna-
I know is if we had Garoppolo in this past week's game, we would have won the game.
I don't know. He overthrew 4 picks for us. You seen that?
All I know, we would have had him. We would have beat Cleveland. That's all
I don't know about
we
that.
did.
If Cleveland catch them interceptions at the
Man,
Seahawks
I
drop.
agree with that. Mason Rudolph. A
I don't
bum.
know.
We was in the game,
But
and
I disagree with the running play. If they should have ran the line the ball up straight. If they was going to run the ball, they should have banked on, are we going to line it up for the kicker? If you going to not run on fourth down, they should have ran on fourth down once they got it. And we should have almost got that first down. That play call,
do y'all play them again?
Yeah, we should, but it may not be. It may be pointless because it's like the last game of the season.
Finale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
17, week 17.
They made
right?
me-
Ain't nothing. You got Belichick that thing out. Play it out. Ain't nothing. You don't
Kittle a
want to
little
go
banged
3
up. He ain't playing again. We need
I
Kittle
don't
for
want
the
to go
playoffs.
for when y'all both
Playoffs.
playing. I don't think that game gonna be pointless.
It may not. It all depends what we do with the Rams the week before, probably too. So if the Rams beat us, and then we got to go in there, we might need that game.
I hope so.
That NFC West looked tough.
First of all, the Rams are finished. Let's
Okay.
be clear.
All right.
The Rams are
You
going
right there.
to
They might
Bring it
lose
on.
tomorrow
in
night.
Seattle
But-
and Frisco.
But they
The
still
Rams
might
are
get
bums.
some
Goff
the
is a
division
bum.
wins, though.
They're figuring out
Rams not
McVay.
making the playoffs.
The Rams, I don't
McVay
think so
hasn't made
either.
any
I don't think so either.
adjustments.
I think they're finished.
Here's the thing.
Mess
They need a
around and
running
lose
game.
tomorrow.
The
Mess
Rams need a
around
running
and
game.
lose tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Who's tomorrow?
They got
the Bears.
Chicago tomorrow.
They
Mess
could
around and lose that game
they give
tomorrow.
that
Oh,
up.
yeah,
They-
they're
they
You're
got some
on
trouble.
ropes.
Yeah, they're out
That's
of
the
the
mental.
middle.
That's the
Matt
mental
going
thing.
Sarah
But like you
Gurley's
were saying,
Gurley's a shell.
It's about the
And
division.
their offensive line,
Right.
two more
They
offensive
may not
linemen.
make the
man,
playoffs,
suit.
But they
they'll
still
mess
give us
around
trouble.
and beat y'all
Right.
or beat
I
y'all
know
like
that.
and mess up the
Arizona
whole
almost beat us.
division.
They beat them by.
We're going to rumble
We beat them.
tomorrow.
Beat
I'm
y'all
sorry,
by what?
we're
2
gonna
points
rumble
last
here,
game.
too. We're going to rumble
Yeah.
tomorrow. I believe that.
Right.
We're
Y'all
gonna
supposed
rumble
to.
tomorrow. We're going to rumble.
You know.
Definitely. That AFC West. I gotta have an AFC West talk. The AFC West is very interesting. I mean, the NFC West is very interesting. Very interesting division.
It's definitely tight over there.
Don't
Definitely
leave.
tight.
You talk about Russ, and Russ has proven to be a beast. I don't know why 2 years ago you figured that out. But no.
Yeah,
but
I know why.
But only thing I say is to that point though, don't leave Pete Carroll out of that equation.
Absolutely.
Nah.
Steve.
Pete Carroll,
Absolutely.
to your point,
Absolutely.
has them guys ready to
all
rumble.
the time.
It's no middle
Unpreparedness.
2 minutes left in the
Great
second half before they wake up like the
Right.
Cowboys.
You're absolutely right.
It's every week out of the bye, before the bye, off the plane, in
Thursday
the plane.
night.
They're ready to play.
Wednesday morning.
I mean, he's made questionable decisions in
Oh,
the
yeah.
bowl and
Oh, yeah.
some games I've seen, but
Yeah,
him-
preparedness. He's
him and Russell. When you have that Russell Wilson on the field, that's an extension of the coach, like a Brady Belichick
Absolutely.
or some other,
Absolutely.
like even McNabb and Andy Reid. When you have that tandem, it speaks volumes,
Yeah.
man, and that's why
Seems like you're always in
they've
the
been
game with them guys,
successful
man.
since he's got the starting job. They've been successful.
Correct.
They've been
Definitely.
at every season making a push.
And Russell Wilson's AME. I got to shoot out African Methodist Episcopal out there. He's an AME. Definitely moving on. The NFL. Another top story in the NFL this week has to do with Mr. Kaepernick. Mr. Kaepernick was offered a tryout out of the clear blue sky, out of nowhere, to try out for teams in Atlanta in the ATL. We had 2 hours to decide. Do you want to do this or you don't want to do this? Do you want to come now? Can we do it Tuesday? No, we got to do it this Saturday. Can we do it next Saturday? No. You got 2 hours to decide if you want to be in Atlanta on the 16th of November, 2019, and throw the ball around for prospective scouts, and it'd be videotaped with interviews and stuff for his prospective teams. The backdrop of this was that the lawsuit that the NFL had settled with him and Eric Reed had some other language in it. It had language in it where it said that if there is a continued backlash from this settlement, that Eric Reed and Kaepernick are open to sue. Again, Eric Reed got picked up by the Carolina Panthers, signed a contract with him. Kaepernick has still been out the league. And I say this, I think what happened was they've been calling all these quarterbacks from way back when. Guys that just started for Denver, hadn't played since the Liberty Bowl last week. Beat the Browns, by the way. They got it. And all these old quarterbacks, but nobody is giving Kaepernick a call. And this has also been the year of the African-American quarterback. If you look at the MVP candidates right now, Lamar, Russell, Deshaun, Dak, all these guys playing.
I don't think Dak in that conversation.
Dak,
Numbers up. The proceeds. You trying to ease Dak in there.
the numbers.
Dak is.
MVP candidate.
Numbers don't lie, nigga.
Numbers don't lie. Numbers
The
don't
microphone right at that moment with that.
Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't lie, brother.
Second in the league in yards, third in touchdown passes,
Yes,
number one in
here we go.
QBR. But no, I'm just saying the style of play he's been playing. So now the talk is, it was always Kaepernick was unconventional, but unconventional and diversity at the position is dominating the year. So why hasn't he gotten a call? And the Steelers are on their third quarterback. You know what I mean? At one point. So that's the backdrop, and I think it's more of the NFL CYA and a little PR. And then he was saying that Jay-Z was pushing for this. So it was a lot to talk about. So what do you guys think about this tryout thing, this whole thing?
Oh man, you know what? I just put it to bed, man. Cap, you listen, and I'm gonna just say this, and y'all guys can go. All right, you are working for somebody, okay? They are your employer. you understand that. You understand that there are rules at your job. You understand the whole ball game. You know that you do your job very well. It's proven that you do your job very well. However, you don't like something that's happening, whether it's at your job or in the community, and that's the kind of platform that you're on. So you decide, you know what? I don't agree with what's happening around in all these NFL cities that's going on. Maybe, I'm just tired of I want to see change, okay? You decide that you want to either voice your opinion about it peacefully, and the masses don't like it. All right? So that's understood. They pay you, right, to leave. I don't want this anymore. How about we just break him off so we can put it to bed? I don't know anybody whose job pays them to get away and they say, okay, let me try to come work for you again. That's the problem that I have.
Well, dude, with
especially
some
after you broke me off.
In some lawsuits, when you have a discrimination lawsuit, or you will, are you still willing to work for the company? Yeah, that's what I really wanted to do. I really wanted to work for the company, and they prohibited me from working. So, in the backdrop of when you collect your check in cash, we have a position for you. Thank you. That's what I wanted always. I disagree. I mean, I understand. That has to be a position.
But I disagree just because. Think about it, right? You now the cat is out the bag. You can go ahead and say these owners, right? None of them wanted to hire. They really didn't want to hire me. They didn't want. So what's it really about?
So you want employment? Because I think there could be two things. It could be like I want to be employed, or you created a work environment that was toxic and distressful for me. So you created this bad work environment. Right. So I need to be paid and never step back in there because I'm going to psychological.
And I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem.
But he's saying
if that's what he wants to do it, right? But now you're not coming back, and you're not going to be able to speak and say these things that you really feel. Mm-hmm. You have to be quiet now. When you don't have to be a part of what they're doing, and you can just your foundation or your platform, you can just say what you want. You are not going to be able to say what you want while being employed for the NFL. You're going to have to be quiet. So why? You're rich, playing football is what you want to do. Absolutely. And we all should follow our dreams and do all that. But under these circumstances, I don't want to be a part of what y'all got going on now just because how it happened,
I don't think he was I don't think they didn't want to hire him. I think it was more of teams that wanted to hire him was afraid to hire him for the backlash
and
from
I
other
agree
teams.
With that. I agree with that.
I think that was more.
People want to win.
People want to win, right? And at the end of the day, we seen how people are getting picked up. That should still be out of game, still be out till next season.
I just want to cut you off, Tom, for a second. People want to win. If you looked at LSU versus Alabama last week, that looked like an HBCU game on the field.
Mm-hmm. Oh, absolutely.
If you go back 30, 40 years, it wasn't like that before.
Meaning what? So explain that comment.
Clarify that. Black athletes.
Yeah. Like 90%.
Everywhere.
And PWI.
We can't forget the kicker.
Yeah.
For Alabama.
Alabama had a black punter. The first one ever. When you look at that situation about, people want to win and people want to make money. And that's the number one thing. Mm-hmm. And it's the driving force. But let's go ahead, Jonathan.
But back to saying that, being, I'm a Niner, so I'm definitely a Kaepernick fan. I would never turn my back on the guy. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the night, he's been out the league 4 years?
3 years.
Like what? And then his last 2 years in the league, he didn't do too good.
Well,
so I think his last year, his numbers wasn't bad.
But what the team do though?
At the end of the day, he's supposed to have a job. That's he's supposed to. But at the end of the day, he's good enough.
So I don't think, and another thing, I don't think that his what he did, he can go sit on the bench somewhere. I think his talent cannot let him sit on the bench either that he had. So certain quarterbacks can't go and ride the bench. Either you're going to be a quarterback in the league or you're going to retire. I don't think that he can sit on the bench, but I don't think he has enough to be something that different for a team to win either. Like if a team picks him up, I don't think he's going to be that much, and I don't think he's that less talent like to sit on the bench. I don't think Phillip Rivers can go somewhere and sit on the bench. I don't see it. You know, I don't see. I think he got to retire after this year. So, or go somewhere else.
I'm looking at the fact that we see,
I
right.
think he's better than a Brian Hoyer. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
like, all
right,
these backups. It's like, that's what that.
But
But I don't think he's good enough to start. I don't think he's. I think he's better than all the backups.
He can start for somebody.
RG3
He can start for
is
somebody.
Lamar Jackson
I think he's.
they kind of the same player.
Right, I think he can be a backup, but I don't think his talent is suitable. RG3 had one good year his whole career. He's not nothing. RG3 was nothing.
Same thing.
No, he almost went to the bowl two
He went to the
back-to-back
bowl.
years. He went to the bowl one year, and the year before that, he almost went to the bowl.
I'm saying he had 2 good seasons versus
Well,
1.
And his talent,
Yeah, 5 good seasons.
his talent exceeds him in all him
And
being
that
out
first
2
year,
years,
that
4
was Alex
years.
Smith's season. I can't give him that. He
I know all the
he-
quarterback
he-
play.
he
Hold
got-
on,
he
all
had
his
Nick Foles
quarterback
situation.
play, he deserved to be playing for somebody. That's just where it lays for me.
I disagree with the fact that he can't come off the bench. If you look at Carolina, Pittsburgh, you look at all these people coming off the bench that you don't know about, Tom Brady, Dak Prescott, all these people that have just come out of obscurity. This league, unfortunately, is a system league too. Him in the right system, he can come in and win games.
I'm talking about
It's not the fact that
also off a 4-year layoff. With
No,
Also,
that's-
we're not putting that the time Brady was actually still playing.
That's the biggest rub. Is
Right.
that
I'm also
they
talking
took
about
his,
sitting
they
down,
took
right.
his 4 years.
They took his
from
prime
him.
from him.
But still, guess what?
Like Vic
That's
went to
why
jail
I-
and came
in
back.
my situation,
Like Vic went to jail and came back.
If Cap was on my bench, I'd rather
2
have
years,
him.
not 4.
I'd rather have him coming in than Cooper Rush.
Same year. And you can
I-
next year.
I'll be like, yo,
Cap
put him
and
in.
Vic was the same 3 years.
I'll be like, put him in. Like Cooper Rush, like you went through camp, you went through the rest of it.
Right.
If we signed him after this tryout, yo, that go down, I'm good. Like put Cap in. Let me see what you got.
But you used the key word there. You said they robbed him of that. That's one of the reasons why I don't want to be employed for you anymore. You know,
But
I don't want
that's
to work
when
for you
you
anymore.
gotta. So everybody at this table, you out of your job for 4 years, and it's a physical labor job or something where your body's important. You still feel as though you can come back in and contribute. Like, so give me a shot. I'm betting on myself.
But under the circumstances, you know, I'm telling you that, or you know,
Well, it's a
there's
different
nothing
circumstance
wrong with
because
me,
you
know
got
what I'm saying?
16. You got 16 different 32 different organizations under the NFL.
31. He's not going back to the same.
Yeah, he's not going to say. So you got 31 organizations that he possibly, some he can, some have go. But you have opportunity.
That coach
to fit
got a
in.
lot for him.
Yeah.
say
Well, who
12.
thought Vic
I
was
think
going
he
to come
can
back?
fit in.
Who thought Vic was going to get a second chance?
Right.
Like, yeah. Who thought Vic? When you sit around and talked about that time, who Vic would get a second chance in NFL?
Vic also came off an MVP season too.
Yeah, but
not forget that.
Vic was a pariah. You know, Vic was a pariah. He was in jail. He came out. They gave him opportunity. Andy Reid gave him opportunity. At the time, Andy Reid had some personal issues that he was going through in his family, and he felt that his sons would get a second opportunity, and he was hoping, as they say, what you pray for, you have to be about. So he hoping his sons would, all the ordeal his family was going through and things they were doing. I mean, Andy Reid's sons was pulling guns on cats, at traffic stops. And so he said
had that
nothing.
work.
And then he said, "Look,
He was
I'm,
up on Kensington.
yeah." So Andy Reid and the Eagles
Badlands,
organization gave Vic opportunity, and that's
There's
what
two things that get continuous run in this league. If you're a coach or a quarterback that have gone or won a Super Bowl,
Yeah.
you're gonna get run.
You get rehashed,
You're gonna
yeah.
get run. Like, yo, he went to the Super Bowl. Like, Bill Parcells got so much run off that Super
Yeah,
Bowl. Ditka,
yeah.
come on, man. Like,
And who's the coach of Titans for years? Jeff Fisher. He was there
Oh,
for
yeah.
centuries on one Super
Lived
Bowl.
off that Rams.
I mean, Fisher.
Bum, man.
I mean, he destroyed one quarterback, and Vince Young was about to destroy golf, but he might have been right because golf then fell back down. But
Eli should have been
Had
gone.
Foles, looking bad. We had Foles.
But Eli got them chips.
Got the
Eli,
ring. He should have been
Eli
gone.
showed that with the right stuff around me.
yeah,
I can do enough. I can drive the boat, man.
Big Ben should have been gone too.
It's borderline. It's borderline.
Hey, listen,
It's borderline.
listen. I look at
It's borderline. He was laughing
I
on
look-
Thursday
I
when
look
he
at
was losing
this.
too. He was happy about that.
I look at this. I know this, and I think that y'all can agree. The Steelers, that the 0-3 start was terrible. They evened it out to 4-4. If Ben is there, I know we'd be better than a 500 football club right now. That's what I think we know now. Will we be undefeated? No, but
Yeah, y'all would have
Five of those.
We had 4 turnovers in the first
This is
quarter.
what I'm saying, and this is what I'm saying. When you got a difference maker on your team and he's not there, and you lose games by 3 to 4, that's why they call him difference makers.
We still beat y'all by like 4.
I'm gonna jump into this.
Y'all did watch Big Ben last season.
Yeah. I want to jump into the schedule. Patriots Eagles, big game. What do you guys take on Patriots at Eagles Super Bowl?
Eagles are toothless. Eagles are toothless.
Yeah,
they're so toothless. I'll be shocked they put up more than 20 points. No wideouts. Sanders is Alshon's out. They got boys, their backups. Your number one is now Aguilar. You got Arthega-Whiteside and off the street Jordan Matthews. I don't know.
A lot of passes to the tight ends.
We see what the off the street guy did for us.
Right.
All I say
Took our all way, man.
all I know is Belichick out of a bye after a loss.
Yeah, how
Belichick
about
and
that?
Brady
How about that?
After a
about
bye, after a
That's
loss,
tough.
That's
I don't
tough.
care who you. I don't care
That's
who
tough.
they're
That's
playing.
tough, Snoop.
It's
That's
gonna be
tough.
it's gonna be tough sledding.
And Brady just came out and said it still sticks in his craw that he lost that bowl.
Yeah,
He already had said that. I just don't see it.
it's gonna be tough sledding.
Brady wants to put it in.
Doesn't he? I think so.
He wants to put it in 2 things. He wants to put it in the Eagles, and he wants to put it into the fans.
Hey, man.
That's what he
Ain't
wants
they
to do.
building at that?
Yeah.
Just to play devil's advocate.
Don't be surprised you get a
Carson Pitts ain't get to play in that Super Bowl. I think he got chip on his
Right,
shoulder
that's
playing
true
this game,
too.
Oh, yeah.
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I think
This
man,
is
gonna
true.
come out
The
gunslinging.
How about
the
that?
one thing about the Eagles is this, and I think everybody knows, is that when their backs are against the wall, they just fight.
react.
They just
They
fight.
do.
They
just
win
fight.
games they
I'll
ain't
give 'em
supposed to
that.
win and lose games they
I'll
supposed
give
to
them
win.
that. They fight.
That
That's what they
chip
do.
person got me turned into a chip tooth this Sunday.
Yeah,
Chip on his shoulder, he turned into a chip.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, because
He may be throwing with an attitude, but to the wrong player. Huh?
all I'm saying is that thinking can fall
Right.
2 ways for
Right.
him. Like if I was there, we would have won. See what I did? Or if I was there, we probably would have lost because I'm a turnover machine. Right?
But guess who's really going to drill him though? You know who's waiting on that? Well, not so much that they're waiting on it, is the Eagle fans. If you let him lose just like 30-7, they might be like, "What is Foles doing right now?"
They gonna call for
Eagles
cap.
fans-
They gonna be calling for
And I had
cap.
to say, they're
What?
so
Oh,
extra
they ready to get rid of you
overreaction.
quick. They ready to get rid of
It's
you.
like,
quickly.
I mean,
That's the
one
one
minute
thing.
Wentz is above, the next he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I
It's
can't
hard
take that.
because
I can't take that.
yeah.
It's
Wentz
crazy.
is the only quarterback, man, other than like the Ben that in this generation that really stood in the pocket and took that shot after shot
Yeah,
after
yeah,
shot
yeah.
and
Big
delivered
boy,
the ball.
man. Big boy.
I mean, he was hit. I didn't watch it. Never. I watched the game and seeing the quarterback just keep getting hit, and get up, hit.
You're talking about Wentz?
No, I'm talking about
Brady?
Foles.
Oh, Foles.
That
Okay.
whole run. That was what was remarkable. That was what was crazy. He was getting hit standing in that pocket that long. Like he was really.
I thought
tough. Foles
I
is
thought
tough.
Foles
He's
might
tough.
have been the Jim Plunkett of this generation, but they moved on from it. And that's what I thought he might be. I
Good
thought-
analogy, Sim.
Yeah,
I like that.
I
Good
thought he might be
analogy.
Jim Plunkett, like you
Good
know.
analogy.
But they went with the money, which a lot of people do sometimes. Let's jump into hoops, the association, the NBA, the National Basketball Association. About 12 or 14 games have been played, and this man is back. The man, the Melo, the return of Melo. He's in Portland. I think Portland signed him for a 6-pack of Heineken.
Sound about right.
Hey, long as it's not the Bushel crabs.
Sound about right.
But he wants to play. I mean, what do you think Melo's going to bring to Portland? Because Portland, I've been following the box scores. Portland been losing some games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have.
Yes, they
Yeah,
have.
they have been losing some
They
games.
like what 4-8. I think?
Yeah, I mean, Dane's been, I guess, functioning on the comeback tapes and all that kind of the mixtapes and the battle raps and like that. But
Too busy dissing Shaq. to be-
yeah. But
Very
what do you
close.
think Melo's going to actually bring? I mean, he was in Houston, that didn't work out. He didn't bring the Knicks to the thing.
OKC ain't work.
Here's the thing with him. He deserves to be on somebody's bench.
I mean, is he John Sally on the bench, or is he like going to get some actual
I think
players?
this gonna work.
Well, you see, this is
Cancer.
you got
cancer gonna work. Wherever
you
put it, it's
got
gonna eat.
you know
gonna grow.
if he's coming in
Gonna grow
with
in
the
the locker
attitude of
Cancer's gonna grow in the locker room.
I can get 25. I need the ball. If he comes with that instead of coming with I can help. I don't care if I'm coming off the bench. If he comes with that attitude, it's see with Portland and in the NBA period, it does depend on what team you on because it's shots available.
Yeah.
Right. He can get 10 shots from somewhere. The problem is, can you make them? And on the other end, you got to play some defense.
Yeah.
And if you can't, if you're not, he's one of the guys. If you're not making shots, it's like, why are you in the game?
Yeah.
Because you're not the rebounder, you're not the defender, you're not the assist guy. So what is there to do to him? So, but then again, you start looking down at these benches, and you say like, who's this guy? This guy hasn't played in I don't know how many years. What can he give anybody? The one thing Melo can probably do that we don't see is he probably can put the pressure on you when it comes to practice. Mm-hmm. He probably can do that, so that may seem useful, But I don't know. I want to, listen. I want to see him do okay. He always been all right, guy. It's a way to go off.
I'm happy for the brother. He's getting a check. He's back in the league.
I
got no
comment on
this with Carmelo Anthony.
So, as Jonathan know, I'm not a Melo supporter at all. So the carrying this come from me is very shocking. But I think this is gonna work. The reason being is because for one, okay, 60 I think they said 65% of the scoring is coming from Dame and CJ. They ain't got no other scorers.
Yeah, they got a lot of athletic defensive forwards. They don't have anybody
that's
that can
what
make a
Melo
shot.
do. Melo score.
I don't know about we can still give him that title though. They
have a lot of defensive forwards.
Yeah,
they don't have no offensive.
They have a lot of Ben Simmons at the forward spot.
Yes, they do.
So
they need some scoring.
He's gonna have opportunity, like I said. Whether or not he does something with it, we gonna see.
Him and CJ got a little bit of rapport because it was working out together in the summertime.
We'll see.
They got the same trainer and all that. Right?
We seen Ben Simmons hitting jumpers in the summer too.
Yeah,
it's true. You're right about that.
We about to see.
Yeah,
and then
we'll
get
find
to
out
that in a second. Don't worry.
Oh goodness.
Their owner came to Melo and said, "We need you
over
just
the
as much as you need us."
Yeah.
Melo know he ain't got nowhere else to go.
Here's the question, and I need to get my two guys
beautiful.
in. We talked a little bit about this other week. The load management.
Yeah, we are.
And the first 12 games, you're still doing load management. I thought you'd do that after Christmas, or at least after you midway through, after the All-Star break, they're getting a full week off.
That's your homie. Want to be called King of LA? That's your homie, though.
Yeah, but
your homie Kawhi. That's your homie.
My homie?
Yeah.
You
called Kawhi King of LA already.
Oh, I say he's the best player in the league.
Hey, that's wrong too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they got Kings, they got Prince,
That's wrong. That's wrong too.
That is wrong.
They got Kings and Prince.
Your homie want to be, taking lows off. 3 games in. I ain't gonna play tonight. 3 games in.
He got tendonitis. I don't know why they just say his knees hurt. Why they even come up with a term for it? It's like when you, I'm not gonna make it in today. Look, my man got tendonitis. He's not playing tonight. Mm-hmm. I know this is a primary game this week. Sorry, ESPN, but we sitting this one down. And that's the way it goes.
What y'all think? We already spoke on this load management.
I hate it.
That ain't load managing rookies.
I hate it. It's too early in the season for this nonsense. I hate it. I can't stand it.
It's a new era, man. In life.
It's not going anywhere. You got to deal with it. I don't gotta like it.
They showed John Stockton. He played.
I had no load management during summer recess. I was out the house at 8 o'clock in the morning, running ball, playing all kind of games. I came in at 8 lunch, ran right back outside till the sun went down at 8:30, and I did that every day consecutively. There was no load management.
And then when you play high school ball, you play both sides of the field.
Absolutely, yes. There was no load management there. Why does the NBA have load?
You see people in the NFL now with their hand up every 4 plays.
So I get took out.
Like on a drive, and it's like I don't remember people coming out. And now you're getting whole games off. Like
it's the softness. It's the abject softness.
Do you know what just clicked to me that ain't clicked last week? Dude, maybe the AAU overworking these kids got something to do with it.
Well, no,
because back then they didn't have the AAU playing around the clock.
I agree.
Maybe the
everything,
AAU
though.
overworking these kids because these kids is getting in the NBA.
Well, they talk about the injuries. We talked about that before. They talk about all the injuries that these, like Zion, all the injuries that these first year players are getting because they're doing the same thing repetitively. They don't even want them to play other sports where you use other muscle groupings. See, our coach was like, we'd rather have you not train. We'd rather have you play a different sport because A, the adrenaline and competition is the best way to be in shape and the best way to tone yourself mentally and physically by competing and getting to use other muscles. So I just play basketball 360 days of the year. You gonna play baseball? No. You gonna play football? No. You gonna do track? You gonna do triple jump? No. We're not doing all that. We're just gonna focus on the same repetitive moves for 365 days a year. And by the time you get 21, like you may have a little joint problem.
Yeah, what did trainer from LA say?
Yeah. About the kids, they come in like 30 years old or whatever.
They said their knees and ankles is like a 30-year-old. That's because one of the rookies from LA tore or something.
Yeah.
Man, you need rest, man. You gotta have rest somewhere.
So maybe that's the only thing I'm getting.
I'm
to.
jump into Snoop's team.
Oh, this.
Celtics.
This you right here?
Yeah, this is Snoop, and we talked about this. Addition.
I'm mad.
We talked about
I'm mad.
we talked about addition from subtraction. I mean, Kyrie Irving is out, and now you bring in Kemba Walker, who doesn't have that I'm the man mentality. I'm going to focus. I can score, but I don't have no problem dishing off to these other players. And now you see Boston with a better chemistry, and they're 9-1. They only have one loss to the Sixers, first game of the season, but they won. They won the rest of their games. Were we right about Kyrie Irving? It's just about Kyrie, and he's just not. Is he going to mature into a player that can lead a championship when he gets Durant back next year?
I don't know that he can. I don't know if he'll do that.
Yeah.
He's always going to be a hell of a player, but I look at him and I look at Kevin Durant. They're some of the most two bitchs in the NBA. Dude, you got all the ability, but your sensitivity and your emo-ness, it's like it's irritating. Like everything is an affront. Everything is just like, oh, woe is me. I didn't like that. I didn't like this. Everything is just like play ball. You're a beast. But it's so many other narratives and so many other things that play into the perspective of you as a player, whether it's how they look at you as your teammates, how the league looks at you, how the media looks at you. If you just play ball, and you can certainly be an individual, you don't have to conform to the typical standard of an NBA athlete. Everybody's an individual. I had to talk with my friend the other day about this. You can be an individual, and you can play pro sports. If you want to play the piano or sing classical music on the side, do you. But they're emo-ness, man. There's sensitivity. I can't do it, Sue. I can't do it. It's extra for me to follow them as players, and I want to like those dudes. But I just can't take it. Every time there's a story out, it's I don't like, especially KD. The social media. Stay off social media. Run ball. Do you? But your whole narrative's always got to be. It's got to be sullied by what happened outside of the game. Just run ball and live your life the way you want to live your life. Don't worry about what somebody else says. Run ball. Don't be so sensitive if somebody says this or how you were perceived by Draymond Green. It's like, I didn't like the fact that I was, when I was in, I wasn't really anybody's friend. We didn't have that relationship. Dude,
well, you weren't going to have
ball. You won chips.
Yeah.
You won chips.
You were brought there as a high.
You won chips. Exactly. Move on. I wish you just keep that to yourself. That's all I'm saying. This is a fan. I wish you just keep it to yourself.
It's puzzling if you think
That's
about
all for
it.
me.
Did you guys hear Shannon Sharp's analogy of the Golden State Warriors? How he compared it to New Edition?
It's weird too, but that's
It was brilliant. It was brilliant.
pretty good though.
It
That's
was
pretty
brilliant.
good.
He said New Edition had a core group. Okay. Johnny Gill came to New Edition and by far was the most talented, could out-sing everybody. But Johnny Gill would never get the love from the New Edition fans that the original New Edition people have. And he will never be a part of that core group because he didn't start out with them singing at the skating rinks, singing at here.
From Boston.
It wasn't from Boston. He didn't come up from the beginning. So even though KD and Johnny Gill are vastly talented and super, you can see them get on the mic and dominate it, they will never have the love of the fans from Oakland in the way that the real New Edition fans love New Edition.
And that's fine. He should know that.
Yeah, and you should know that.
It's the same with Bron. Bron's never going to be a real Laker.
Yeah.
Even if he wins a chip, he's not going to get that love on that.
That magic love.
They proved that when they defaced the mural.
Yeah.
So don't get mad about that. This is the
I'm out here for business.
It's higher hands. I don't like it personally because as a fan, I like to develop a relationship with my players. If I was a Celtics fan, I'd be a little bit swole that Kyrie bounced so easily. If I was a Warriors fan, I'd be a little swole that KD just up and rolled. Every 3 years, guys are bouncing. Every 3 or 4 years, it's like, what's the next thing? What happened is, trying to commit, make that team better and play, play where you're going to play. That's why you can't get mad. You'll never look at like Jordan. But you can't get mad about that. And you'll never be a Laker, an all-time Laker. You just won't.
The difference to me with Kyrie and KD is Kyrie shows on the court more. His selfishness shows on the court. He's freaking the reincarnation.
His hissy fits?
No, just his play.
Dribbling out the ball.
His play on the court. He's listen. Dude scores in ways that
God, I'm into
he's remarkable.
Both
games.
Rod Strickland is
also
the
reincarnation of Rod Strickland.
I love him. I love him.
Isaiah, you see
I love him as a
him.
player. I really do.
But it shows on the court and shows when you're trying to fit into a system. Hence, when you get a Kemba Walker in the system, Kyrie came into a team with young boys. It came out. Jackie McMullen came out of Boston and said, "Look, Horford held that team together because if you realize that team was a whole bunch of young dudes. Brad Stevens, the head coach, is really a young dude, and Kyrie came in with all this. I won championships, all that, and I'm the man. I'm going to take over." And is unable to lead. If it wasn't for Al Horford, that team would have been a dysfunctional.
It would have
been the Browns.
To my point again, his emo-ness, man, it tears you up from the inside.
Yeah, and that's
his
but,
extraness, man.
But
That's not a league that's conducive
Kevin
to a winner.
Durant can function on the court.
Yeah, a little bit better.
On
Absolutely.
the court, inside the system.
I agree. He can internalize a little bit better.
He came into a better situation. He had Clay, he had Steph, he had Draymond, he had Kerr. He had a way better structure to come into to function and
I can agree with
where
that.
Kyrie came in and was like, "Yo, you're the man. Lead us, do all this," and he was unable.
And he
to
found
do
out
it.
it's very difficult.
Yeah.
He found out when they weren't asking the young people why you're losing, they were asking you why. They no longer was asking LeBron why Cleveland wasn't doing well. They were asking you.
He's like, won't y'all interview? Look, after 15 games, won't y'all interview these other guys?
Because you're the star,
Yeah,
dude.
right.
Heavy wears the crown. Definitely.
Yeah, like you saying about Boston, though, I think a lot played into it. I think even the Kemba thing is working so good because the Kyrie thing didn't work, and they know that the Kyrie thing didn't work, and the Boston players know what they also did wrong as kids, but they learning also. So they know. So Tatum knew what he did wrong, by pushing those buttons on Kyrie, things, and he might have missed a shot. I wouldn't have missed it. Whatever was said in the locker room, you know what I mean? They know they did wrong, and so they embraced it. Kemba a little different, and Kemba doesn't have that championships. He's a first round at best where he was from.
He's a different
So
Kyrie didn't even want to be there. Kemba wants to be there.
Right, it's a big difference.
That's a whole fundamental.
Kyrie was just trying to get out of his situation.
Kyrie didn't want to be there until they got successful without him. Because the whole thing of him going to Boston was me to prove I'm the alpha.
He was sensitive.
I can do
again the emo.
And his mom was like, I really carry LeBron. So I'm about to go to Boston and carry these cats to a chip. I'm going to show you how it's done. He gets hurt, as he always does. And then all of a sudden, they're winning all these games. And he's pissed. He is pissed.
Because they did it without me.
Yeah,
but
that's,
you know what? On another side of things with both of those two players, Kemba and Kyrie, I think the sad part about it is, and it's all true that, what you guys are saying, but it's the fact that, like, we already agree that Kyrie has so much talent.
Man,
like nobody has to, everybody knows you the alpha male. Like, everybody knows it. But you
want to hear it.
You
don't really believe
you
it.
want to put that on your shoulders when we don't need to. Because last time I checked, Isaiah could have averaged 35 or 42. But why? I got Dumars. I got other stuff around me. Why do I need to do this? I don't until you call on me.
Yeah. Well, everybody can shoot and score back then too.
So here's the thing
skill sets.
This is what I noticed about watching Boston, and you gotta love it because Kemba's a basketball player, and if y'all watch basketball, y'all know what that means, right? So I watch him not take any shots for like 3 or 4 minutes, and you say to yourself like, "Yo, Kemba, you gotta what's going?" He's trying to feel these other guys out, get them off. Because think about it. If I can score, that's what I can do. I can score. So I need to get this machine going around me. Jaylen Brown. Tatum. I need to get these guys going. So I seen him do that. And it was cold in the beginning. But if that was Kyrie would have been like, oh, no, y'all missed 1, 2, it's over. I'm about to put these things up.
The fundamental difference between those two players, one is a real point guard. The other one is in a point guard position, but really a two guard.
Right.
Really a shooting guard. Really a ball dominant guard. And the ball dominant guards out in the wrong system don't work.
But the thing about that is Kyrie could do that. Because he's talented
can,
enough.
But
He's
back
talented
to my man's
enough.
point, his freaking ego, his head game, headspace is messed up. And it shows on the court.
That's why I don't believe
saying.
Brooklyn will
It
win anything.
shows
That's
on the
honestly why
court.
I think they're going to self-sabotage themselves.
Well, he's in
I just
a,
believe
he's
it's
in a,
too...
listen,
Right now, he's on house money. His
I think
house
he-
money.
Oh, sure.
So
sure.
KD comes
Today's
his house
edition,
money.
yeah,
I understand.
His house
This
money.
doesn't matter this year.
he's
I'm going to lead the team.
And
in
next year, you
scoring.
got to understand
I'm
he's
going to win some games.
and I'm going to sell tickets.
Yeah.
They're going to come see him
Then when
play.
KD come back, then KD take the last shot and miss. Well, I mean, hey.
Yeah. And that's all good in theory. So
I wanted him to take the
God
last
forbid
shot.
that go wrong. God forbid you have a problem with them. They lose a few games.
There
in a
will
row.
be a
God.
problem. They will be a problem.
I don't
Yeah,
think they'll be a
absolutely,
problem. I think they have a lot.
they'll
I
be a
think
problem.
they're closer. Their friendship
Yeah,
is closer.
yeah, I think that's
and I
what's
think
gonna get
that's
them
exactly
over.
what they both need. Like that's
Yeah.
what hurt
think
KD so
they'll be a
much in
problem.
Right.
where he was at, that
I don't
friendship
want-
part.
Yeah,
I don't
that
want
was-
my
he said
seeds
it.
to
He
go
said
there
it.
for a playoff series.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
With KD and Kyrie.
Nah.
But let's talk about the other team that kind of got a lot of hype that was thought to be number one in the East.
Cleveland Browns of the NBA.
The 70 Browners.
Sadly,
Our
can't argue with
Philadelphia
that, man.
76ers. Our Philadelphia 76ers.
10-9-8 76ers.
Sixers. Come on, Sue. Come on.
Here we go. And
I need a drink on that. I need to sit talking about some Sixers.
Double
I need to
shot.
sit. What? I need to sit. You got any 151 Sue?
Ooh, not the 151.
Woo! They don't know about that. My first drink at college.
Take the floor. Take the floor.
The Philadelphia 76ers are 7-5. Won their first 5 games, and they were 5-0 at one point, and 2-5 now. They managed Embiid. Embiid got suspended, and then they gave him didn't want to play him back to back. But kind of not playing people on the back to back. I'm like, look, you have a new team together. You got to play everybody for a while till you get into sync. You already lost Embiid on a 2-game suspension, and Simmons got hurt. But what I noticed from the Philadelphia 76ers is we knew they were going to have problems struggling, shooting, the defensive part. I think when you start Horford and you start Embiid, okay, if Ben Simmons came back the same as he was, you were going to have problems. Because essentially you have 3 centers on the 4 forwards. Because in the half-court offensive set in the fourth quarter and in overtime, before he fouled out, 8 minutes left, Ben Simmons did not take a shot.
Which game was it, Sue? The one against OKC?
Yeah, OKC. Yeah, with 8 minutes left and in overtime until he fouled out like he fouled the guy. I don't know why he fouled him. He did not have a shot. And in that half-court sequence, when games break down in the fourth quarter, and they tend to become half-court games, Ben Simmons was not at the point. Now they have a lesser person at the point. They used to have Jimmy Butler last year. Ben Simmons was off to the side in the dunk spot. And people were wondering why Embiid is not in the low post. Well, Embiid knows if I go to the low post, Ben Simmons' man got me, along with my man. So the interesting thing apart, and a lot of people have come up Brett Brown, and I understand that the turnovers have been there consistently. No matter who's been Brett Brown's been coaching, they've been doing about 20 turnovers a game. Like, I don't understand they can't hold on to the ball. He doesn't stress it. Seth Joyner says either you're coaching it or you're allowing it to happen as a coach when you have repetitive mistakes over and over again. And it's going to be interesting to see because can you be, and this is the question I point out. I think you need a stars, or somebody to play like superstars to win an NBA chip. At least 2 of them. I think Embiid is a generational talent. Ben Simmons, if he doesn't develop his offensive game, he pretty much is the Ben Wallace of point guards that used to play center for the Detroit Pistons.
Wow.
Defense, run the forward, all that's nice. But when you get into a half court set, and the thing about it, and everybody's like, you ain't on Ben and all like that. But in this era where everybody shoots, I'm 7'2", why are you shooting 3-pointers? I want to be in the league till I'm 39. If I'm out here hitting these threes, I can spread the floor. I'm a stretch four where everybody shoots.
Good point.
Horford shoots. Embiid shoots threes. Tristan Thompson is starting hitting threes now. Like he's trying. I'm trying to get another check and hang around. Like I know I ain't gonna be able to run and jump up here for 40 minutes. I may only be able to run and jump like this for 20 minutes. But if I'm on a field for that 20 minutes, on the court for the 20 minutes, I'll hit two threes for you a couple nights. And that's 6 points. You gotta really respect it. That's my Sixers rant. So what are you guys looking at this team 7-12? I was giving it 25 games, so it's halfway through 12 games, halfway through my 25 game evaluation. What do you think about the Sixers? And do you think if this continues, do they have to make a move? I want to go to Nate because he's a big Sixers fan. Nate's a big Sixers fan. Talk to me, Nate. Talk to me about Ben. We've seen a lot of videos, YouTube. Don't believe all that stuff on YouTube. Jump shots was hit with Ben. He was looking like Clubber Lang at the 3-point line. Like this is it. Like it was like unreal. He was running the Rocky step shooting. It was like every what's going on?
Let's hear some of that pain.
He was doing it for the gram, man.
The video was chopped up, huh?
Yeah, everything you said was painfully true, man. You hit every nail on point, and Ben just got to step it up, man. Like it's no excuses. I'm all with firing Brett Brown. And if Ben don't get together this season, I'm not opposed to trading. I'm not man, I don't want to talk about that.
It's frustrating, man. He's like, I'm in a bad mood right now. I'm in a real bad mood. Watching this nonsense and hanging around with middling teams. You should have lost to Cleveland the other night.
Yeah.
You got taken out on the West Coast
beat
with Denver. Like,
Cleveland.
these are teams you're supposed to beat, dog. I mean, and I hate to compare and contrast with the Lakers, but I watched the Sixers one night, didn't watch the Lakers the next night. It's like, that's how you move the ball. That's how you distribute the rock. That's how you maximize defensive opportunities. You get your hands in, you run. It's frustrating because we were supposed to be that team. And so you see the way Bron and them execute, and it's like, and Bron is making his team better. He's making them young boys better.
Yeah, he look good.
A lot of cast-offs, a lot of
That's
boys
what he does.
just these boys, an assemblage of dudes that were just with random teams last year. They're now with LA and running ball. So it's frustrating to see us lose and make it, and it's difficult for us to find any offensive flow. Korkmaz is playing too many minutes, but out of necessity because we can't get anybody to score. No one's energizing. Josh is doing what he's doing, but there's no palpable effect.
I think Josh is out of position.
I like Josh.
I think he's a 4.
I like Josh.
He's a
He
dominant
may be out of
4.
position, but
Trying to be the 3.
and then Brett Brown, I want to back him so much, but man, dude, if this is where we're going this year, like you really got to go, man. You got too much talent to be 7-5. It's unacceptable.
Hey, like I always said, and I always say about the Sixers, you got Embiid and Horford down low. I think when it's time to get down to the get down, they're the two that you're not going to have to worry about because they know how to get how to get rugged,
Especially
right?
Horford.
It's going to come down to guard play because you Simmons, Richardson, Tobias Harris. Can you count on them guys? Can you really say, okay, we're going to need them?
That's the thing.
Can we count on them? Can we count? And we can't. We can't do that. We can't count on. And that's what it comes down to. Because, listen, Horford's going to give you a double physical. He's going to give you a double-double. He's going to be physical. And Embiid's coming. He's going to give you the 20 and whatever and 10. He's going to do the 35 in a series. You don't know what Tobias Harris. You don't know what Simmons is going to. You don't know. So you got to go moving forward. You get in the playoffs. What? You running plays for those guys?
Well, here's
Are you guys Sixers fans?
I'm
That's
a
Nate.
basketball.
Okay, John, who's your squad?
LA.
Lakers?
Yeah.
He's from Cali. He's from Cali.
Okay, all right, that's no problem.
He likes the Anaheim Angels and
Giants
baseball too.
That's respect, man. That's respect.
Oh, shout out to Al Watson watching.
Hey, Al.
And Miss Mason, Nate's wife is watching.
Hey, wifey.
Hey,
This is the thing, like, when I see the Sixers, Mike, I want the Sixers. I want all Philly teams to win if they're not playing my team.
Understood.
And I want the Cowboys to win because I got a lot of families Cowboys fans. So if they're not playing my teams, I want the Philly. I want the Philly
Jonathan
teams.
ran down the hill 95. He rolled out at 205 once later.
Yeah, I ran down. You know, when the interception happened. You know, when we got the pick on the sideline. I was a part of that. You know, I won the Super Bowl there. I was a Cowboys fan for that moment. But I'm gonna keep it just short with me. To me, it's like they did something that they shouldn't have done. To me, like if you look at their team, they did what the Pistons did to beat LA. If you look at their team, the Sixers match up with LA, but there's other teams you got to go through.
How about that?
Their team matches up, but who's to say we're going to meet in that championship? Pistons knew they were getting to that championship, so they built that team to beat us, and that's what they did. And the Sixers, when we got AD, they went and got Horford. The team they put together, a team to bang with us because we played two centers, and they're going to play two centers, and Ben is going to guard LeBron and everybody else, so on and so on. And we're not a good three-point shooting team. They're not a good three-point shooting team. You know, we went off defense and stopping you. We make you shoot bad.
They got Bron though.
They all got Ben. They're supposed to be the new Bron.
About that,
So,
first of all,
but what I'm saying
is two different
first of all,
well,
when-
coming out,
they-
his court vision and everything, his IQ is supposed to be LeBron.
Harold Miner's supposed to be Jordan.
LeBron didn't have a jumper either. LeBron didn't have the tray ball when he first came in. He didn't have it. You know, a lot of people didn't have it. Jason Kidd didn't have it.
Here's the
He
difference.
wanted it.
Here's the difference. Here's the difference. He doesn't shoot.
He doesn't shoot
He
it.
disappears in the half court.
Right.
There's
Yes, he does. He shoots.
No, when?
Didn't you see him in the summer? And
I'm telling you, when Embiid's out, his mentality has to be, you got to go get me 25.
Yeah.
You got to get 30. Here's the point. You're an all-star. But you can't tell me a max player superstar can't carry us on offense. In this NBA, this is a different NBA. NBA, everybody shoots and scores. You're seeing rookies come in here with mid-range games. The kid from OKC last night did work in the mid-range game. Dribbling, in and out, probing, hitting the sharp shots, like 15, 16-footer, butter soft.
let me tell you, and this is how I was going to go for Simmons and the Sixers moving forward. Right now, Simmons, he's being exposed offensively, right?
He's been exposed the last 3 years.
Offensively,
Oh, I'm
right?
getting hostile. Let me
Can he
stop.
do some things? Yeah, because you see the assists and rebounds and all this there, right? However, if the Sixers don't go get a two guard
I want
that really-
Kimba and move him to
that
forward.
really can put the ball in the basket, this is what you're gonna say about Ben Simmons, because you can't hide him. There's no way you can hide him. When you got that two guard over there, and he's putting the ball in the hole, and all you gotta do is feed him all the time,
go get
then I
Kyrie.
don't have to shoot, because I can't shoot, because if I do, I'm gonna miss, or how about I'm scared to shoot, right? So that's what they're gonna have to do to get anything going on that perimeter. They're gonna have to go get a two guard.
Not to say they're going to beat LA. They built the team
I know
to
what
contest
you
against
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
I think from the outside looking in, as not a Sixers fan, I think the coach is a big problem. I think the collection
turnovers,
I think the collection of talent is great on paper, but what are people's role? Like, who are your role players? What are you in the game to do? What's your assignment?
And isn't Colin Quinn actually pretty decent? Then when they come on, there's energy, but you can't go.
Not-
you can't
not
go
your-
extended
can't
minutes.
put it
I know,
Yeah.
not even,
Yeah.
not
You
even
can't
your.
do it.
I think he
not even
overplayed
your
Kuzma.
bench.
Kuzma's
Not
the-
even your
Kuzma.
bench players. You're starting five when it's money time. What are you here to do? And when you, like Sunni said, when you got three big men in the game, like that has to be managed. Rondo said when he was with the Celtics, he said Doc told him, I want field goal attempts. Rondo couldn't shoot to save a lick. He said, but listen, they're going to collapse if you don't shoot the ball. I want field goal attempts. It doesn't matter what you hit, what you don't hit. You've been playing basketball all your life. You're going to make a damn shot.
Absolutely.
But put the shots up to
that's
bring the
facts,
defense
man. Shoot
out.
it. Yeah.
And Rondo, being a real point guard, knew how to adjust to that. When all right, now that I got you out because I'm shooting and I hit one,
And he hit some big
now
shots
I
in
can,
there. He hit
yeah,
some big
but
shots
yeah,
in front
but
of
now
us,
I can dump the ball in and be effective with it. Like you,
KG not double the triple.
and that's what I'm saying. So Doc Rivers understood that, and Brett Brown's not understanding that.
Which is the sad part, because that's if
He's
you
not
ask me,
forcing it.
that's
Can't get to his
basketball
bench.
101.
He's probably
ain't it?
not forcing it out of bench.
I'm going to dump it. They're going to collapse on a big man. Be ready. Like who? Like really?
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I think you need to change the talent a little bit. You have a great collection of talent, but is it
I think they need a
cohesive?
score. They
Is
need
it
a score.
cohesive?
Yeah,
You need a sniper.
Yeah.
JJ Redick was your sniper, and JJ Redick did a lot.
Yes, he did.
He did a lot for that team, man. Like You need a sniper. Every team needs.
But
I
thought, and I think Elton Brand, I think a lot of this falls on the belief that Ben Simmons was going to come back and be a shooter this year. I think if you can't look at this roster and let those players go that they let go.
Because they locked him up with his money. Everybody out there that's playing got their money.
Everybody out there got their money. Ben got the bag. Tobias got the bag. They said we're going to let Jimmy Butler go. He's going down to Miami. Jimmy wanted to bounce anyway. The Duke Bull, they let him go. So he's going at shooting. I think you put that roster together that, hey, that he's going to be shooting. And that's exactly what happened. And that didn't happen. So we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we'll get better, maybe it won't. But I'm not sure. We definitely have to see. But I wanted to jump into, before we get out of here, the NCAA. Two things. We talked about this last week. Young, his suspension has been dropped down to 2 games. He's going to play versus Penn State. He's going to move on. And Wiseman, he stopped his lawsuit against the NCAA and has been declared ineligible. But there's talk that Memphis is going to play him anyway. This is the thing.
Big time.
And look who's here in the building, Mr. Hannah, Millersville University, build and destroy. How you doing, brother?
I humbly say hello.
Oh,
Thank you for inviting me.
Just scoot up some so we get you.
Okay, I'm on the mic.
Yeah, you on the mic. Your mic is
Okay,
live.
okay,
You live. We were just talking about the Sixers.
Don't get me started.
Let me give you. I'm gonna give you this. I'm gonna give you the mic. I'm gonna give you your 2-minute Sixer rant. Go.
My rant.
Yeah.
The clock is ticking on.
Everybody.
On everybody. First, at the top of it is our friend. I'm looking for Obama. Brett Brown. His time is up. All the issues that are going on with
turnovers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 76ers is starts with the coach. And these issues have been going on since the beginning of the season. They only played the right way in the first game when they beat up on Boston, and then they completely forgot what got them there. And how they're built basically. And now they're at a point where, you're not seeing the development. You got big men shooting fadeaway 20-footers, a point guard that is 7 feet that won't shoot. And they're terrible in pick and roll defense. They're just basically he's on the clock, like I said, and he has until the trade deadline. He has until early 2020 to turn this mess around. And if he doesn't, they need to find somebody else. I think the voice is getting stale. I really believe that the voice is getting stale because you're not seeing the level of progression that you want to see with a team with this much talent. You're just not seeing it.
They're still running the handoff passes.
Nah, I wish they see the dribble handoff work because they had somebody that could shoot behind the dribble handoff. Now they don't have anybody that can shoot, so the dribble handoff's not going to work. JJ Redick is going. He's not coming through the locker room anytime soon.
Now, Dave, I said they put this roster together with the belief if you're going to put 2 centers on the floor, Horford and Embiid, the belief that Ben Simmons was going to come back and actually take 16, 17 footers and shoot and
That's what
be
he's supposed to do.
Offensive.
He has become a liability because his lack
What is
of
that?
willingness to shoot the ball.
What is that? I've never
It's
seen
mental,
that ever in my
man.
life.
It's mental and it's fear. That's
I don't
what
know.
it
You
is.
need to talk to the
Fear
psychiatrist
to
that was working with
fail.
Markel
Fear to
Fultz.
fail.
Yeah,
Markel
fear to
Fultz
fail
2.0.
and
Fear
look
to feel to
foolish.
fail. You don't want to feel that. You don't want to feel
No.
you missing.
But the hell
and
with
it's
that.
unusual, right? It's unusual because you're pro. Like we've seen guys miss that come in a career. We've seen Jason Kidd.
They used to call him Asen Kid because he didn't have a J.
Right.
Now he's one of, and he left the game as one of the greatest 3-point shooters in NBA history.
When we saw him coming in, we were like, "Oh no, brick." But he kept doing it. Next thing you know, it was, "Oh, okay." This guy doesn't even want to attempt. So it's mental. It's a mental.
Mentality. It's ego.
Mentally.
You know what's
mental blocks.
Last time I was on a playground basketball court,
Yeah.
I used the word "you gunning" about 25 times. You can't give anybody the ball on a basketball court that don't want to shoot.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, everybody wants to shoot.
It's a very simple game,
Seven-
right?
just
Dribble,
seven-
run, shoot.
Everybody wants to put
It's
the ball
hard
in
to
the
find
basket.
people who don't want to shoot.
Yeah,
It's hard to.
Exactly.
My man, why you gunning? Yo, wow, you gave me the ball. I'm
It's
gonna
a black
shoot.
hole. Like, you were supposed to pass it back.
Come on.
It's like I was saying. I mean, I just think that Brett's message might be going a little stale at this point. I mean, you have to think he was the architect that suffered through the years of the process, where he had to ride them hard and at the same time be their friend to get them through that difficult time. So now that you're on the other end, and they're supposed to be, ready for greatness, the voice might be a little tired at this point. And I just think he's taking them as far as he can take them.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm willing to give him till next year, the top of next year, to see where they're at. And if you evaluate them and they're nowhere, the progression is not there.
I'm getting until Christmas.
Christmas.
He's saying a calendar.
I'm basically give him
Not-
to the
not
trade
the season.
deadline. I'm gonna give him to the trade deadline, early 2020.
Man,
and after that, then you got to find. I just think they need like a Thibodeau. I think they need like a Van Gundy. They need that
Mark
next
Jackson.
level of coach. Mark Jackson.
Yeah,
they
I'm
need
a
a
Mark
new
Jackson.
voice.
Look,
They need a new
you
voice.
gotta and I'm not saying that you're wrong. I know this. The perimeter play, I don't care who you bring in, is suspect. Because they
Like,
they
why
not
they- why
offensive.
they
You can't
playing
count
Trey
on
Burke,
them.
man?
You can't count on them. You can't count on. You can't count on Simmons,
bringing
Tobias
Trey Burke
Harris, or
don't play.
Richardson to hit perimeter shots on a. Your wing players are supposed to guarantee you 20 points.
Right, you
They're
got to
supposed
get a
do that.
wing, but
And you
they're
can't do
built.
that.
They're built to play bully ball.
Right.
They're built to feed it down low.
You gotta score,
rugged
man.
defense.
That's what I said.
In this league, you got to score.
Disruptive.
They're built to play against LA. That's it.
You gotta be able to score.
They're not built to play
When I
against
kick
up and
it to
down
you,
court.
I want to know that it's a chance.
get knocked down.
A 45% chance that
They're
that
built to
thing
play
is
against a
going
team
in.
that's gonna
And
go
I
down low,
don't
go in
see
the
it.
paint. That's what they want to do.
Man,
Slow
when they-
scoring defensive team.
when
The
it comes
question
to
I
Brett
have.
Brown,
Right, go ahead. I'm
I said,
sorry.
I got one thing. When it comes to Brett Brown, as Thaddeus Kirkland once said, your time is up, chump.
Look, all I know,
OC.
there's a 38-year-old sitting at home, probably watching this show, who or listening to this show, who led the league in the last month of the season in 30-plus point games. A man by the name of Jamal Crawford is sitting there without a job right now. Why wouldn't you bring him in? What do you have to
I
lose?
would love that.
He's a
son.
knockdown scorer. He can score in his sleep still.
Bring in Jamal. I
Go
heard-
get him.
Yeah.
Go
They
get
need
him.
shooting. I mean, that's exactly what they need. They
I
need
signed
somebody
Monty
to
Ellis
score.
at this point.
That's another scoring machine.
Right, another scoring machine.
You need somebody to come off the bench and get hot quick. A microwave, like Vinnie Johnson. They need.
Man, where J.R. Smith at?
Yeah.
I don't know about him now.
yeah,
we
but-
that desperate.
I mean,
We're
I
that
know,
desperate.
but
We need a
I'm,
scorer.
I'm serious because I try not to be, I guess I want to say, take a negative look at things. But if you get to one bounce away from beating the team that eventually wins it, just the rim rattler went through, they give you $158 million guaranteed in the offseason, and you've been playing a certain way all your life, why would you change? And you're an all-star.
Right.
Why?
You can show all the summertime, videos with
Yeah.
the music behind
And
it,
the-
shooting jump shots against the all rec league team all
Yeah.
you want. When it comes down to it and the bullets start flying for real,
Yeah.
you're gonna revert back to, like you said, Sunni, back to what you know best. Distributing and penetrating. And I wouldn't even be mad at that.
I don't
if
get
if he took a little bit of Giannis
Yeah.
attitude and attack.
Oh, let me tell you
Because
something.
you
Run
want to appreciate
downhill
it. Because
every
you want to
time.
appreciate it.
You would appreciate his game more.
And not afraid. Giannis shoots about 70%, if that, from the foul
not a
line.
great- he's not a great-
shooter.
he's not a great shooter.
He doesn't have the ball skills of Ben Simmons, but he gets to the hole on desire.
Ben Simmons should be a better Giannis
Yeah.
because of the ball handling
handling
skills.
skills. He's just a natural athlete. You can see it. But I say this about Giannis: he has more league MVPs than Ben Simmons has made threes in the NBA. Now let that sink in. He has more league MVPs than 3-point shots made by Ben Simmons in the NBA.
You're frustrating me. On the side note, I want to say I'm really impressed with the liquor collection in here.
Oh yeah, we just
The setup, what you need. The setup is tremendous.
and
Set me up with whatever. I mean,
yeah, and Dave, this is what we do, man. Fights, boxing, 3 TVs,
hey,
3 events.
listen, this setup right here, outside the stars I see surrounding me, this is,
The only thing that's not down here is the cattle on the ranch. That's the only thing that's not down here.
Which one?
I'll take some Quavo.
That's the only thing. You're not gonna find no livestock in the range. The only livestock is us.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man.
Oh,
Thank you again for inviting me.
Oh, definitely. We got grub upstairs, so we went there, we partake. But the one thing I want to say, definitely, bringing you guys in, Build and Destroy, David, Snoop, and Adge, who was on previously, he was on the mic. They started this podcast thing, and they kind of inspired me to get going, where they did a show called Build and Destroy. And I've been trying to get them on here, and I've been trying to rebuild, Build and Destroy, and get these guys going, because I felt that their show that tackled a lot of topics outside of sports, culture, music, politics, social economic issues, very informative. Like, we try to sit down here and give you the everyday man's perspective that doesn't get heard a lot of times, and doesn't get to be voiced a lot of times. So I'm definitely looking to work with these guys and get them up and running again and doing some things. Sports Talk Live for the culture is here with y'all. Definitely, we appreciate the intellect and taking your time out on a Saturday and come down here and rapping with us, because we're out there trying to do things, and we appreciate definitely what you guys have been doing. Definitely. And if you can elaborate on Build and Destroy and what you guys, your visions, what the show is about, and your visions moving forward, because that's definitely something you guys want to kickstart up again.
Well, you know what? I would defer to the people that got here on time and let them speak on it. Like I said, we're really happy to be a part of this. Again, thank you for inviting all of us here. We love what you're doing, Sunni. You took the initiative and grabbed the bull by the horns, you and the rest of your crew. And we've been watching. We enjoy what we've been seeing through, your various platforms and everything. And, all we've been trying to do since day one is extend the conversation that we've always had for over 20-something years. And that's to talk about everything. Yeah. Pop culture, music, entertainment, current events. We've always had that conversation, and we just were looking for some sort of platform to expound on that, and we found that through a little local community station. Gave us our first break, and then we were able to go onto an internet station from there, and we had a nice run for the past 3 years. And due to certain circumstances, personal things that's going on with all of our families, we kind of put things aside to take care of family matters. And but the hunger was always there. You know what I'm saying? So we always wanted to get back on the mic. And this feels good just doing this right now. So we're happy to try and relaunch this thing. Sunni, you have told you've lent your services or your opinions and your advice to us, and gave us some really good words of encouragement in regards to getting this thing back going. And we're ready to do it again, right, Mark?
Let's do it.
And again, Sue, we certainly want to thank y'all for all you guys as well for allowing us to come on your time. Just sitting with y'all, it feels good, because it's been a minute for us, but you can generally tell when you sit with brothers who are opinionated, can bring facts and discuss things intelligently, and also the gist of your show is for the culture, and that's very important, because we got to have a voice at some point. We got to continue to be out there and push our agenda, because in light, even just going back to the Kaepernick thing, we need our perspective on things, because you look at just something like that. And I had a conversation with some gentlemen on the Cardinal Sports Bar, and I was sickened, because it's like that outrage, that white outrage. And I hate to put it as a racial terms, because I'm not casting aspersion on white people or any other race, but just with us, we need our narrative monitored, and we got to be able to have fellas in platforms like this. So I just want to again thank y'all for having us in, and Sue, thank you for allowing us to come to the home and sit in with you guys and just vibe and talk about some sports, man. It was an honor and a pleasure. To have you.
Always
Appreciate
welcome,
all of
man.
that. Thank y'all,
Always.
fellas.
Definitely. And we'll be back, definitely, and we'll talk. We'll definitely rap. We're gonna be doing some things. I got some things in the work. We're going to be hitting up some breweries come soccer season. Looking like,
Little Pele action,
you know what I mean?
Snoop would love to give his insight on that.
Count me out.
Snoop stays very adept, Sunni, on what's going on the pitch. Little Liverpool. Muhammad
on
Salah.
Liverpool, huh?
Little Muhammad
Definitely.
Salah action. See what's
Okay.
little
You
Swanson.
said liver and onions? You say liver and onions?
Yeah.
And Snoop is having bangers, eating
Bangers and
the
knives.
tea.
Snoop is the quintessential ugly American when it comes up anything outside the continental United States. He just doesn't want to hear it. We tried to educate him and get him up to speed and make him appreciate
and what happens,
the
David?
beautiful game.
Every time we sit in front of a television and the soccer zone, we're like, they kicked it that way. They kicked it that way.
Biggest sport in the world, man. Biggest sport in the world.
Biggest sport on the planet.
It is.
Biggest sport on the planet.
I mean, definitely. It's a lot of people.
Most boring sport in the world.
We should just start playing it. We start playing it, though, buying the game. We start buying FIFA, playing it.
That's what makes you start appreciating.
Yeah, we start
things
playing
like
the game.
that. Yeah.
Once you start
It's
playing
kind
it,
of decent, though. Yeah, it's kind of decent.
I mean, you
Still ain't
I bet
mad.
I'd play it. I'd play it. I would play it before I watch it.
Yeah.
you would play it before you would watch it.
Yep.
And you'll be just as bad as that as you are on the basketball.
Oh,
Fellas, yo, this is
like I gotta get to y'all. I gotta get to
Ben
y'all
Simmons.
show.
Ben Simmons right there.
Let me know when that show airs.
we gonna be down. Yo, Sports Talk Live for the culture. We out of here. Another great session.
For the culture.
Build and Destroy is coming back. Be on the lookout. These brothers are gonna be hitting this back on the screen again. Dropping that knowledge, peace.
forward to
Been knowing these guys 20 plus years. Middlesville University, stand up in the building. All right, and we out.
Peace,
Talk to you
peace.
later.
Peace.